Good morning. Hello. Welcome back. I am so glad you're with us. This is Living with Favor. We're here to talk about faith, abundance, vitality, overflow, and relationships. I'm Lisa Mosbey, your host of Living with Favor. Thank you so much for being with me and coming back and letting me share a little bit of advice. As spring approaches, we are shifting gear into vitality and maybe doing a little bit of cleansing or bringing some nutrients into our body as the plants start to burst through, in our northern states, as things start to liven up in the springtime, where we're going to have more daylight hours. We're going to get into our vitality. And so my special guest, my expert guest today is holistic registered nurse, Sarah Rejman. And Sarah works with her husband, Judah Drummond, and he's a holistic health practitioner. These two very experienced health professionals serve their community through Tonica Health and Wellness, and they have formulated their own line of all natural organic health products. And I've had the opportunity to learn more about them, and I had to bring her in to tell you about her experience, her business experience. She's been in business for a really long time, and it's an herbal business, which is where I got my start from. So their combined wisdom and experience exceeds over 50 years of learning and mastering herbology and holistic therapy. So Sarah, thank you so much for being with me today. I'm so blessed that you could join me.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor and a
Yes, and of
pleasure to
course
be
you would
here with you
be,
today.
and of course you would be outside. Of course you'd be outside. An herbalist would have to be in her yard,
Yeah, makes
her
sense.
in her element. Yeah. You look beautiful with that background. So
The
thank you
sun
so
is
much for joining.
shining.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. Yeah, and we have there's about 80 different species surrounding me. So
Yeah.
it's totally inspiring to be in the garden.
I
Coming to you
cannot
live
wait
from
to
the
see
garden.
it. Yeah, yeah. I want to see it sometime.
We
Maybe
look
we'll do a
forward
plant
to
walk or
having you.
something. Yeah, on my Facebook channel with all the herbalists, I think maybe we'll do a
Wow.
plant walk. I don't have to be with you to see it. I can actually see it. You get to walk around and we'll just have a conversation doing a Facebook Live. So, hey, folks, stay tuned for that. If you're not in our herbalist group, it's called Herbalists on Facebook. Feel free to join that and learn more about the subject we're talking about today. But, where I want to jump in is, how would you define vitality for you and your family? We're going to talk about that V in favor, vitality, and I'm curious how you would define that.
So vitality for me, thank goodness my life is full and I'm juggling a whole lot. I'm a wife, I'm a mother of 6 children. I run, our herbal business and other things as well. We produce music, so we're pushing that. And I'm become very good at multitasking, or I refer to it as juggling. And I think the way that has helped me to keep vital through all of it and to keep energized and activated, there's different factors and aspects, of course. Just maintaining optimal state. So what does that look like? Are you hearing me okay?
Yep, we hear you
Just
fine.
making sure. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
That's wonderful. So maintaining good health, obviously, for myself, for my family, eating healthy, drinking enough water, exercising, uh, keeping the mind active and productive. So we play music as one of our ways of doing that together. The herbs, detoxification, obviously, cleaning out the body periodically, maintaining that balance within the body and within life. Balance is a key word. Just being able to have all aspects working simultaneously. So, and I guess the deeper underlying pinning aspect is prayer and trust and meditation. So those are the things. That's how, so vitality for me is really like the balance of everything working synergistically and helping to feed each other. And that inspiration gives a whole lot of energy,
It does.
That
Yeah, that is what
inspiration and
brings on.
practice gives a whole lot of energy.
Yeah, that's what brings about that vitality. You mentioned on your website that you and your husband believe that toxicity is our main health risk today. And as a child who's had skin cancer for 30 plus years from toxicity overload exposure, I would have to agree with you, but I want you to chime in on this. Can you define toxicity in the world today? It's not like it's pretty simple. Like we are overexposed, but define toxicity and share why that's such a health risk for us.
Sure. So toxicity is basically anything that enters the body and lingers in the body, like ends up staying there. So toxicity comes from, it can come from the foods we eat, it can come from the water we drink, it could come from the air we breathe, it can come from medications, from chemicals, from substances, from detergents, and it could for sure also come from our emotional states, and whatever chemical releases happen that are not conducive to overall balance and holistic well-being within the body. Excuse me. So toxicity is, like you said, Lisa, it's all around us. It's everywhere. It's all the time. And I say to people, no matter how healthy we eat, our bodies are still somewhat toxic and can use help to move that stuff out. I'll go a little further that, when toxicity stays in the body and the channels of detoxification are not activated to move it out, to move the toxins out of the body, that's most of what we've seen in our experience, and I'm sure you've seen this, is that's when what they call disease or dis-ease can set in, because the body doesn't know what to do with all that junk, the junk in the trunk. It just like hangs out there and causes obstructions. It causes confusion in the body. And the body has to figure out how to work despite it and beyond it. So when we're able to remove the toxicity from the body, then we allow a clearance. We allow the body to have more of a clarity. And because of that, it has more receptivity, and it also is able to just holistically function properly, just because, like we said, there's not as many blockages and not as many obstacles for the body to overcome to maintain its proper health and well-being and balance.
For sure. When we clear it out, it works optimally. It's already built there. It's part of the mechanism, right? The body can heal a broken bone. The body can, clear things out on their own to a degree. But when we're overloaded with toxicity from our modern world, everything comes to a standstill. And then we start to see disease, like you said, autoimmune disorders. Why are they on the rise? Why do we have emotional, mental health issues? Why do we have panic and anxiety and all those things? It's not just the foods that we eat, but like you said, the emotions. Like, how does that stop us in functioning every day? So spring, I know when I was in practice, spring was often a time when folks needed to do some cleansing, or they came and said, I feel really lethargic from the winter hibernation. And what can I do to get my vitality back? How can I bring back my energy and my vigor? And so cleansing and detoxing seems to be, though many people do it quarterly, spring seems to be kind of a really popular time to do that. I know how I define cleansing and detoxing, but we're here to learn from you today, my dear, our expert. What would you say, or how would you define cleansing and detoxing, and what do they have to do with our overall vitality?
So cleansing and detoxing, the way that we've dealt with it through the years, and we've been, doing this, we've been formulating, manufacturing and distributing these amazing organic herbal products for over 20 years now. And what we've seen very effective, let me share a little bit how we came to, for years, people were coming to us for probably about 5 years or 7 years. People would come to us and, through divine guidance and, through word of mouth, or like, and we're in this, we're in the flow. So we say, like, whoever comes is meant to be, and we deal with it, whatever they're dealing with. Excuse me. So we've dealt with anything and everything from simple health maintenance, weight loss, to the worst case scenarios that people deal with, and everything in between. We recognized that no matter what a person came with and no matter what they were dealing with, we were recommending a digestive cleanse and we were recommending a blood cleanse. And when we were recommending these two pieces, then the body would come to a place of homeostasis where we would be able to then recognize quite easily what was really going on in the body. Were they really dealing with whatever we call it symptom? Or is that really a cause or something chronic that's really happening, So so that was like our ding moment where we were like, okay, hold on. Like, no matter what people are dealing with, once we clean out digestion and once we clean out circulation, including the organs, muscles, and tissues of the body, then people were becoming healthy. People were becoming healthy and balanced. And that became very, very exciting, obviously, to see people having real results quickly and for real was like, whoa, okay. So we started piecing things together and going, okay, well, this makes sense, right? That's how the body works, right? If the digestive tract is clogged up, it's backed up, and most people's digestive tract is backed up to some extent because we eat a whole lot more than we eliminate for most of us. Then that the toxicity, the backup in the digestive tract will start to leach toxins into the bloodstream. The blood is circulating, it's touching every organ and every piece of the body. And blood is also life force, obviously, the flow of life, as our hearts beat. So that touches everything. And then whatever it touches also starts to become dirty. And wherever a person is susceptible, that's where it's going to land, and that's where it's going to create problems. So again, when we eliminate the toxicity in the digestive tract and we eliminate the toxicity in the bloodstream and in circulation, the body is able to come to a place where it's like, oh, okay, this is what I'm meant to do. This is how I'm meant to do it. I know this. It's innate, like you said, Lisa. So just magic starts to happen. Magic starts to happen. And what we find is it's not just the body that starts to regulate. When people use our digestive cleanse and our blood cleanse, and they're called Flow and Clean, and you all can go check them out on our website. It's not only the body that becomes clean and clear, it affects the mind. People start to have tremendous mental clarity, start to feel more grounded and centered in their body in general. Like we notice that I've started to share, we used to say detox. Now I'm saying lifestyle change, because it's incredible what happens when the body is cleansed. And like people are able to step into things that they wanted and never could, or whatever was holding them back. It's incredible. We have people tell us, our detox products are so subtle. They're all herbs. That's all that's in it. It's just the synergistic properties of the herbs combined that create the amazing results. But, people will say, I'll say to them, so how did you do with the flow and the clean? And they'll say to me, oh, it was nice, but I didn't really feel anything. And then like a few minutes later, they're telling me, oh, but Sarah, I have to tell you, I started going to the gym 3 times a week and I cut out all meat and dairy for my diet. And I'm going, nothing happened. Really?
Nothing happened.
Okay, that's a big deal.
And it's so subtle that's what you don't realize. It's so subtle that we're starting, all of a sudden you go, wow, my skin looks clearer and I have more energy. And I can't remember the last time I had a mood swing. I've been in more of a positive, joyful, uplifted state because you got rid of SH blank T, like you got rid of the stuff that was stuck in your body, the toxins, you mentioned too, you mentioned the digestive and then the blood. I want to jump into a little bit of what we call foundation processors, or what you call foundation processes. Those are 1 and 2. We can't clean any of the organs or anything else if it can't move out of the body. If we can't eliminate, if the elimination system isn't working, everything just stays stuck and it keeps recirculating through our blood. So it totally makes sense. 1 and 2, digestion, get it moving, blood, clean it so that anything else that gets dumped into that blood, that conveyor belt that pushes it through our organs to eliminate it. What are some of the other kind of foundational processes that you work with?
So so we work with, like we said, digestion and circulation, and then the inflammatory and immune response is another foundation process, and we have the high essence or life essence for that purpose. So to reduce inflammation and increase immune function. The flow and the clean also obviously aid that process because, again, once toxicity is removed, then the body starts to activate and the immune system will start to increase naturally and inflammation will reduce. But the essence is an added bonus for really causing those processes more completely. So good for pain and good for allergies and good holistically, it just provides a more holistic groundwork for immune and anti-inflammatory benefit. And then the next foundation process is hormone balance. Hormone balance, really important to maintain proper hormone release in the body. So we have a product called Bloom for women for hormone balance, and that deals with anything, everything, female reproductive health related and hormone balance. So from fertility to PMS to menopause to cysts and fibroid tumors and anything, everything, because everything and all of it is a manifestation of hormone imbalance. So when we're balancing the hormones, then all that is able to function properly, and then we have a similar product for male reproductive health and hormone balance, prostate health, and that's called Vigor. And that deals with all of that. Plus, I say energy, endurance, and stamina in and out of the bedroom for men. So those are really the foundation processes, digestion, circulation, immunity, anti-inflammatory, and hormone balance. And we do that, I call it broad spectrum, that's the broad spectrum aspect. I say when those things are working, then the body is able to work. And then healing becomes just a natural process for the body. And so we do that through the tonics. A tonic is basically a liquid, water-based combination of herbs. And again, the combination, the synergy of the herbs combined is what's creating the results. There's nothing else in it.
Let's talk about that.
Plants
Let's talk about that. Yeah, that definition, the definition differences between a tonic and a tincture. So I work a lot in the tincture realm, not so much in the tonics. That wasn't an area that I kind of dove into. I did teas and tinctures. So what is the difference between a tonic, which is also a liquid preparation, and a tincture, which is a liquid preparation? Can you define the two for us?
Yes, sure. So, so a tonic, like we said, is water-based. It's closer to a tea, but it's, I guess it's a deeper infusion process, and it's more, it'll be more potent than a tea, than a simple tea that a person makes at home. Okay, and then our products are, we're incorporating anywhere between 10 and 20 herbs simultaneously into each one. So the tonics, like I want to say again, are the broad spectrum aspect. Those are the foundation processes that we're talking about. The tincture is we make them as an alcohol base. Alcohol, it draws out the properties of the healing properties of the herbs very powerfully. Some people use glycerin also. We just like the alcohol, and we do recommend them for children as well. It's such a tiny amount that has to be taken for the results to be acquired, thank goodness. So
Yeah, there's actually a study. It says that there's the same amount of alcohol in a tincture serving as there is in an overripe banana. So if you give your kids ripe bananas, it would be comparable. Like, it's not like they're consuming alcohol; they're consuming like the type of alcohol that would be in the concentration of a ripe banana. So keep going. Sorry about that.
thank you. No, that's great. That's great. So yeah, so the tinctures are again, they're concentrates. They're herbal concentrates, still also many herbs combined together in an alcohol base in a very highly concentrated form, and to produce the results. Now, our tinctures, we have a line, currently we're at 14 tinctures. We have a few more in the making right now. Yeah, they're very exciting. They're very effective. We tell people they definitely work better after Flow and Clean. And they work great on their own as well, to be honest. But again, when the body is not obstructed, when there's not too many obstacles for the body to work through, it's able to balance out easier. So we recommend that people first start with the detox and then go into the tinctures, but the tinctures are very powerful, and they're more specific. So those are more directed towards specific areas, different body organ systems, different body processes that might be off for an individual, and can be rebalanced through the tinctures. So anything from nervous system, so you mentioned anxiety, depression, neuropathies as well, then blood pressure, blood sugar balance, respiratory system, eyes, antiparasitics, all that kind of thing. So just more focused, more directed scope.
For sure. One of the quotes that I grabbed off your website: science and medicine have determined that over 90%, that's mind-boggling, 90% of all physical disease begins in the digestive tract. Leading natural healthcare experts understand that you must detoxify your digestive tract as your first step to any successful wellness program. What the picture that comes to mind for this is like the purple onion or the white onion, how you peel, like you've got the papery part off on the outside, and then you start to peel each of the layers of that onion off until you get down to the center. And so the digestive tract, just clearing that out, is kind of like the outside layer. It's the first layer. Then we go into the blood and clean the blood, and it's the next layer. I know for me, it was hormones were next, versus going after like inflammation or other things, because we don't know what's causing that inflammation. If we can get the digestion moving and the hormones balanced, the hormones are the communication system of our body. And when it starts to communicate, again, the brain is communicating with the body and the gut communicating with the brain, then things start to create balance. And throwing these things at it too quickly and forcing or pushing the body too quickly can cause a whole kind of, snowball effect and tumbling down the hill, causing some, unnecessary stress. So I love the approach when you're talking about tonics, how it's very general, and it's a lot of things, and it's people don't even know that it's happening. Like, their body is simply adjusting and moving elegantly. I love that you use the word flow, and it's flowing into and getting the flow moving, flowing into that health. Can you, like, shed some light on some things that you've seen, like, not without being specific? I know we can't be too specific on here, but what kinds of changes have you seen in people's personalities or their physical being when they do this protocol? And how long does it take? Is this something that you see in a day or two, or a month, or a year? What's the time frame when? And I know it depends on their level of discomfort, but let's just take a median, like in the middle of the folks that kind of come to you. Can you give us some kind of more information about how this stuff works?
Sure. Thank you. So, yeah, I also wanted to just mention, you said hormones before inflammation, and I totally honor that, Lisa. We always
Yeah.
had the protocol set up. We had it set up prior to COVID and what went down, and we had it set up with the hormone balance and then the inflammatories. But I know that so many people recently, yeah, exactly. It kind of switched is the only reason
Wow.
why we switched it. Yeah.
Ah, beautiful. Yeah, I've
So
been out of practice for a while, so I am
I,
not working with clients. So that's a great
yeah, so
observation.
I
Thank you for sharing that.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that. That was
Yeah.
intentional with the purpose of our current state in mind. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Beautiful.
and then I also wanted to mention that the flow and the clean, yeah, what happens is very interesting. I don't know if I mentioned this part. Well, I think I said some of it, but the body starts to speak louder. The body starts to speak louder. When the body's clean, as long as we're paying attention, we're going to hear what it wants and what it doesn't want and what it needs and what it doesn't need and all that kind of thing. So I tell people, like, when people start the flow and the clean, just really pay attention, because there's going to be foods that your body's not going to want you to eat,
Yeah.
so just don't eat them. There's going to be certain nutrients that the body is going to request, and if we're paying attention, we will know what those things are. We'll crave certain foods that have those nutrients, so it's like an awesome journey of getting to know our own bodies more fully as well, so it's not like this passive outside myself process. It's a real internal, amazing unraveling process. Resolving any
Yeah.
discomforts in the body can be this magical journey of just learning, okay, where's my body at? Because it's not the same for everybody. Certain bodies can tolerate things that other bodies cannot tolerate. And it's not a one size fits all, so again, so the detox piece really helps the body to get to a place of, like, your body in clarity. This is what it looks like. This is what it wants. This is what it doesn't want. And get to know me, get to know me and feed me the proper way,
Yeah.
and just do what needs to be done to keep me healthy and well, so that I can serve you and you could serve me simultaneously. It's like this, it's like the body and soul coming closer to each other. That's like the
Yeah.
process, really. It's
And
the body and
how long does it take? I know it
yes,
depends on
so
individuals. Can a person use
it
this
does.
protocol for a year, or is it something, we go on it for a week or two and then off? Like when we're doing cleansing and detoxing, from a safe perspective, because we want to give the body time to rest and rehydrate and all of those things. What does that look like for folks?
Sure. So generally speaking, for health maintenance, a person who's well and healthy and just wants to move junk out, uh, like you said, every 3 months, every
Okay.
3 to 6 months, we say. Yeah, every 3 to 6 months, a bottle of Flow and Clean goes a long way. It definitely helps to generate that result. So it's not
Okay.
something that has to be ongoing.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but every 3 months is ideal. We have some people who do it every month for 3 months and then they don't do it. You know what I mean? Depending on how dirty
Ah,
the body is, like you said. So a person can gauge, how they feel. Some people do go through that first bottle in the first month, and then they start to feel better and better and they want more, so they just continue. So they continue until they feel like their body and mind and soul is at an optimal place.
beautiful.
People who are dealing with chronic conditions of any sort, we definitely recommend staying on the Flow and Clean for at least 3 months
Mhm.
straight. Okay. And that doesn't mean that it takes 3 months to get a result. That just means
Right.
that it takes 3 months to get optimal result. And that's generally how it goes with natural products, as we know. Um, People will start to see results relatively quickly. I say within a week, people start to feel different,
Wow.
after a few times taking Flow and Clean. And it's an every other day protocol. So, within a week, people have taken Flow 3 times and Clean 3 times, generally, something like that.
Okay.
yeah, and at that point, what we generally see is definitely an improvement in skin, skin tone, like you mentioned, Lisa, or anything that's showing up on the skin will start to show up differently. We definitely have people feeling more energy, definitely more mental clarity, definitely like an overall feeling of feeling more at home within the body. You know, that kind of sensation that happens really quick.
Beautiful.
And yeah, and I want to mention, you know, because we have some people who have told us, oh, well, I detox anyways. You know, I drink celery juice every day, or
Yeah.
I fast intermittently, and there are all kinds of good things to do. Those are not bad things to do. You know, it's all great. Whatever has you feel right within yourself is good. I definitely want to say though that it's not like the results we've seen with Flow and Clean. They can't be matched by celery juice. You know, it's just not going to do the same thing. You
20
know,
or
so
20-ish herbs. Yeah, I can understand that because it's working on
right.
all kinds of different aspects of the body, not just your digestive tract. It's going out and to the extremities and working its magic and dumping it in and eliminating. So I can see
Right.
that.
And we know like one herb does 100 things. So 10 herbs, you know, each one herb does 100 things. 10, 20 herbs together does like thousands of things. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's exponential. So whatever the body needs, the body gets. You saw that on our website. You know, that's my
Yeah.
my one of my favorite quotes. But like, yeah, what the body needs is what the body gets, you
Yeah.
know, and as long as we're paying attention, yeah, magic will happen, you know, and yeah, so it's
Beautiful. I
super
want to open
cool.
it up and yeah, we have
Yeah,
I
there's
know
more
Heather's here.
percolating.
She's used your products before, so I would love for her to come in and say something. Before we do that, I do want to share your
Mm.
mission statement. I read
Hey,
this and it says, at Tonic Herbal Wellness, our mission statement is simple yet profound: to inspire, empower, and facilitate your journey of loving, nurturing, and healing yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. You've customized it. It's your journey. You come alongside folks and walk that journey with them. And those are the people that I surround myself with, is the folks that, hey, they're going to get in the trenches with me. I'm not alone on this journey. If you're struggling, you want somebody who's going to do that, not just to, hey, here's a product, you need to do this. It's like, we're going to monitor it. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to be in communication. I'm going to listen to what you're telling me and help you to listen to your body. And I think that's what's so beautiful about you and your husband and how you're supporting and helping people. And I'm not the only one. I'm going to ask Heather to come off of mute. And Heather, if you want to come in here and share a little bit about your experience with their products, feel free.
Yes, so good morning, ladies. I'm just dropping off the 4-year-old at school right now. So we're pulling into the parking spot. If there's any distraction, we're going to chill for a minute here in the car. I, became friends with Sarah 2 or 3 years ago, like, and she's one of my best friends from synagogue, and now we're family. And about a year ago, I started to go into like my dark shadow of the soul, they call it. And Sarah's products, along with plant medicine, helped support me. Hold on, cutie. Hold on, cuteness. Hold on, cuteness. See, I knew this was going to happen. Say hi. It helped me to tend to my vessel, because we're taught the mind, programs, but we're not taught about medicine. We're not taught about taking care of our vessel. We're taught to take a pill from big pharma instead of, you don't need to do any of that. You can clean your vessel out with a detoxification. You can add herbal and plant medicine and rewire your system, in your gut health, in your organs, in your blood, spiritually. The food you eat, you don't have to take one pill. You can do a session with Sarah and her husband. You can get a custom tailored system for yourself. And I've been on the products now, like, consistently devoted for a year. I'm going to say every month. The hormone support after my moon cycle. I'm doing the parasite cleanse now, and I feel it in like 10, 20 minutes. Some with the parasite cleanse, 5. My vision gets clearer. And I do it in tandem with my meditations. So for me, just getting more streamlined with your systems for yourself to take care of your vessel, of course, your productivity rate's going to go up. Of course, your creativity rate's going to go up, and your state is going to be happier, more clear. So, like, I think I'm a walking testimonial, which is why I feel grateful to connect everyone that I know and love with Sarah and her husband, to just enhance our state. It's a spiritual thing. So, thanks, ladies, for
Beautiful.
inviting me
Yeah.
in.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Heather.
Thank you for being there with us. We appreciate it. Final thoughts here, folks. I think you've got your website on the screen there. It's Tonica Herbal Wellness.com. Folks can find that there. There is a discount code, Herb Idea. Sarah shared a discount code if y'all want to use the word Herb Idea. You'll get a discount for that. And if it's something that you want to try, check it out, or just reach out to them. You can connect with them through their website. They can answer any questions and touch base with you. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up, Sarah?
Yeah, my final thought is really, I'm just thankful and blessed to be, in my element, in this opportunity, in this life, to be of service. I encourage people, just take on life and make the most of it, just tap into yourself and, go deep and get to know what you love and what you're here for, and, step into that power and make a difference in the world. We're all in it together. We're all here to help and empower each other to make everything work, so I'm grateful for you, Lisa. Thank you. And, just keep it going, keep it growing, keep it flowing.
Love it. Get unstuck. Your wellness matters. The only real true belonging you have is your health. And if you don't have your health, you have nothing. It doesn't matter all the money in the world if you don't have your health. You can ask any rich person who's gone through a health challenge. They would give it all up for their health. If you're not feeling well, let's figure out how we can get you healthy. Another quote, because I love quotes from people's websites, it says, revitalize your well-being effectively, naturally, organically. Love your body, love your life. It's that simple. If we can love our bodies again, our whole life turns around. Our mood, our skin, our emotion, our vitality, our love, our relationships, all of those things improve when we improve our body. So feel free, either connect directly with Sarah. If you can't find her, reach out to me and I will make sure that I get you connected. If this is somebody that you want to have a conversation with about your wellness, we're here to support you and serve you in any way that we can. And two, if you are an entrepreneur, especially if you're an entrepreneur in the wellness field, that's who I primarily work with, is folks who are serving the masses, who have wellness therapies and products that really are having an impact in making a change in people's lives. You're the folks that I want to talk to. I want you to find your voice. I want you to grow your brand and be able to push that out through social media. So if I can be of service to you in that arena, please reach out and grab a 30-minute call with me. My website is lisamosbey.com, and that's Lisa, MOSBEY.com, and we can chat about your business and how I can support you to build your brand and expand your reach, expand your engagement on social media, because that's what we're here to do, is help people make an impact. Sarah, thank you so much. Been a pleasure. I could sit and talk for hours with you, and we have so many things in common, and we
Yeah,
didn't want to bombard you. We wanted to keep it simple and
yeah.
focused, and just really, show you that there are options out there for those of you that might be struggling in the health arena. Please reach out. Don't stay
Thank you so
stuck.
much.
My
Thank you for the
pleasure. Come on.
opportunity. Thank you for who you are and for what you're doing in the world.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Come on back next week. I can't tell you who's going to be here. It's going to be a surprise, but she may have already spoken on this channel today, Heather. Yeah. So I hope y'all come on back. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.
Blessing.